Outside Nigeria, reactions have trailed the invasion of Capitol building by pro-Trump protesters. Many have described the act as shocking and a setback to U.S. democracy. 4 persons have been reportedly killed in the insurrection, with properties destroyed in the building. Moya Thomas reports.
The world watched in awe as an insurrection played out at the U.S. Capitol building. Pro-Trump supporters who were stepping up the rhetoric on a stolen election breached Capitol security and made their way into the hallowed chamber of Congress, basically forcing legitimate proceedings to come to a halt.
Many people were saying we need to ban Americans from coming to Africa, to Nigeria, because they are not living up to the standard they want to hold the rest of Africa to.
It's totally undemocratic, and it's not really a good way to vent your anger if you have perceived that an election has been stolen, in quotes, that has been repeatedly said by President Donald Trump. I think that it's not so good for United States of America, but it wasn't really shocking and surprising for me because we have seen a build-up of this right from the start of the Trump's administration.
Brave senators and
President Trump may go down in history as the most reckless president yet the United States may have seen. With reckless disregard, President Trump accrued unconstitutional powers to himself.
Media, what Trump is very, very good at doing, which is he's a good manipulator of human beings. He's a good manipulator of character. And he's a good manipulator and distortion of truth.
Political watchers also believe his actions remain a threat to democracy in some parts of the world with budding and emerging democracies.
It shows the underbelly of U.S. democracy as far from being perfect.
Democracy is government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Even though the American government at every time has tried to be like a global democratic watchdog, on other democracies in the world. But look, we've seen the United States of America actually failing on many fronts.
It's a threat to democracy, but it's a threat to democracy in a country that has institutions. Imagine America were a country without strong institutions. Imagine if it was a third world country or second world country. Imagine what would have happened yesterday. Imagine how the soldiers would have come out and said, okay, we need to go.
Analysts in the U.S. have blamed this total breakdown of law and order on President Trump's tweet, his constant insinuation of a fraudulent election process, and a lack of faith in the U.S. institution. This insurrection is the first time since 1814 that the U.S. Capitol building was breached. 13 days to the inauguration of Joe Biden, Congress has confirmed his victory in the 2020 November poll. But this mob action on the Capitol throws questions as to whether the handover will be seamless. This is Trump's America. Joe Biden will have a lot on his hands as he takes the oath of office in exactly 13 days. His first order of business will be for him to reinforce America's supremacy the world over as a global leader and as the strongest democracy the world has ever seen. Moya Thomas, TVC News, Abuja.
Moya joins me now for some more updates. Moya, well, the world actually looked to the U.S. as a model of democracy, but the events of Wednesday were really shocking. From interaction with these analysts, what lessons do they feel or think Nigeria and other countries can actually learn?
Okay, for majority of the analysts or most of the people that actually have been discussing this shocking and very surprising trend in the U.S., it's been for other countries to still stay with the positive lessons rather than take this as an example of a democracy gone bad and then everybody still behaves as if, Africa, we have this serious challenge of the continent about power shift, power transition, and then we are seeing this play out in the U.S. of all places where people have thought it will never happen. So, but then analysts are still optimistic and still want the leaders to hold on to the positive lessons rather than taking it holistically as it is and not behave as the person of Trump rather than the office he holds.
All right, Moyo, thank you very much for that update. To have a great evening.